Welcome to the History of Slavery at the University of Georgia 2021 Symposium on Recognition, Reconciliation, and Redress. My name is Chana Kai Lee, and I am an Associate Professor of History and African American Studies at the University of Georgia and a member of the Symposium Planning Committee. We are so pleased to welcome you here today for this exciting and important event. This is the first symposium of its kind at the University of Georgia, and we have an excellent 2 days of panel conversations, presentations, and performances. The event today has been made possible by a small but dedicated team that planned this symposium, and they will each take part in our introductory remarks today. That team includes Linda Davis, educator, preservationist, and co-convener for Athens Community Agenda. Kimberly Davis, journalist, researcher, and member of the boards of the Morton Theater Corporation, Historic Athens, and Friends of Brooklyn Cemetery. Dr. Scott Nesbitt, University of Georgia College of Environment and Design and the History Department. Dr. Jennifer Rice, University of Georgia Geography Department. Dr. Jane McPherson, University of Georgia School of Social Work. Dr. James Brooks, University of Georgia History Department and Gable Chair in American History. Amy Andrews, University of Georgia Master's Student in Historic Preservation. Our goals for this 2-day event are to share some of the research that has been done on the histories of slavery at the University of Georgia, to hear from community members about their work for racial justice, and to create a space for a genuine and thoughtful conversation about how we might confront and dismantle the enduring structures of white supremacy that exist in our nation, the Athens community, and on the University of Georgia's campus. We are very thankful for the generous sponsors from many units and organizations at the University of Georgia, including the Special Collections Libraries, the Wilson Center for Humanities and Arts, the Institute for African American Studies, the School of Social Work, the College of Environment and Design, the Departments of History, Geography, and Anthropology, the Gable Chair in History, and the UGA Student Historic Preservation Organization. A special thank you goes to Historic Athens for providing community screening of the event at Fire Hall number 2. And finally, some funding for the symposium was provided by the Documenting the History of Slavery at the University of Georgia 1785 to 1865 grant administered by the University of Georgia's Office of the Vice President for Research. Again, welcome. We are so happy to share this event with you. Now, I would like to turn it over to the other members of our planning committee to provide more information about today's events.
Thank you, Shauna. I'd like to begin by saying we hope that this is the first of many such symposiums. We have been very thankful for the widespread interest in being a part of this event from those on the University of Georgia campus, the Athens-Clarke County community, and even other parts of the country. We'd like to share some information on the structure of the symposium and instructions for you, our audience. First, all information about the event can be found on the symposium website, slavery@uga.org. That's slaveryatuga.org. A schedule can be located under the Agenda tab. There, we have provided a schedule at a glance and a link to a PDF with the full program information, including session descriptions and speaker bios. Those viewing the symposium using the Zoom webinar link provided through registration will have the opportunity as part of most sessions to submit written questions to the panelists using a Q&A box on the bottom of your viewing screen. A moderator will receive the questions and, time permitting, select which ones to read to the panelists. Most of our sessions will be recorded and made available for future viewing through a link on the website. They will also be archived at the University of Georgia Hargret Rare Book and Manuscript Library. Please feel free to share your enthusiasm for sessions or presenters using social media. You can tag us using the hashtag HSUGA2021.
We are also streaming the symposium on a YouTube channel. The link to that is provided on our webpage. You cannot submit questions using this method of viewing, but this allows us to expand our audience beyond the 500-person maximum allowed by the Zoom webinar technology we're using. There will be 15-minute breaks between most sessions and a lunch break. This is to allow you time to get up and stretch, and as importantly, it allows us time to transition between speakers. We're very excited to have several performances from community members and organizations as part of this event, including 15 minutes of restorative practice and movement by Nina Gilreath at 12:30 p.m. on Friday, as well as a demonstration of the Athens Area Black History Bowl and performance of Joyful Joyful by the East Athens Dance Center Performance Group on Saturday, starting at 4:45 p.m.
We have a total of 14 amazing sessions and more than 50 speakers and participants over these 2 days. We would like to thank all of our presenters who are generously sharing their knowledge and experiences. We believe the collective knowledge about and experiences of racism and white supremacy held among those who have come together as part of the symposium must play a larger role in the ways that the University of Georgia shapes its future.
This symposium is one of many projects that seek to recognize the ways that slavery is deeply woven into the history of the University of Georgia. While the university itself did not own enslaved people, it benefited from the institution of slavery and from the labor of enslaved people. The many who built and maintained the campus, those who served UGA students, faculty, and administrators throughout the antebellum period. Over the decades, there have been many instances when the ongoing legacies and injustices of slavery at UGA have been made visible and visceral. The handling of human remains unearthed during the Baldwin Hall expansion, many of whom were of African descent and likely enslaved or formerly enslaved persons, is a prime example.
The study of the history of slavery at the University of Georgia did not start and does not end with this symposium. The struggle for recognition, reconciliation, and redress of racial injustice has been ongoing for centuries. These 2 days are another step in this direction, and we are very happy to have you with us. The organizers and participants of this symposium are indebted to countless individuals and groups who have sought to bring light to issues of discrimination and racism at the University of Georgia, in Athens-Clarke County, and throughout our communities. Nothing we have done here would be possible without them.
Push for the University of Georgia to recognize, reconcile, and redress the historical and contemporary impacts of slavery and on Athens will continue. And this symposium is understood as the first of many such engagements with the university and the greater community. The Symposium on Recognition, Reconciliation, and Redress seeks to do this work right here on the University of Georgia campus, even if it is virtually this year, by creating the place for us to discuss and strategize meaningful actions for transformative change and racial justice.
Thank you for your attention during this introduction to the inaugural history of the slavery at the University of Georgia Symposium. To a person, this planning committee has demonstrated a patient, persistent, and firm commitment to this cause and to create an engaging experience for our panelists and especially you, our audience. We say this with special recognition to Jennifer Rice and Amy Andrews. We recognize and applaud the significance of the work that is embodied in research, analysis, and actions of the panelists. We are excited to offer this important platform for expression, revelation, and knowledge sharing. This is just the beginning for bringing this talent together. The work began before today, and we hope it will continue with greater support as we move forward. Please visit the website and share your follow-up thoughts and comments. Thank you and enjoy the symposium.